Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up that a major game release looks to be finally imminent on PC. This is one I've been waiting for quite a while, so we'll talk about that. Star Wars Jedi Survivor getting a performance update on PC here. Is it going to get to a worthwhile level? I mean, it was one of my favorite games of 2023. We'll talk all about that. But right off the top, the PC release of one of the better 2023 titles, in my opinion, I know it was a little bit controversial, Final Fantasy 16, looks to be relatively imminent. NVIDIA's recent Game Ready driver does have a Game Ready profile for Final Fantasy 16, has Game Ready profiles for Final Fantasy 16 and Once Human, just not in the official driver release notes. That would make me think that this game is going to see some sort of shadow drop, or it's going to get an announcement this week and it's going to come out in like 2 weeks. Something like that. I think Final Fantasy 16 is going to be making its way on over to PC here very, very soon. I do hope that they just go the route of pricing the game at $60. It includes both expansions, both DLC, Echoes of the Fallen, and the Rising Tide, I believe, are what they are called, which are sizable expansions. Especially Rising Tide is a really sizable expansion, and with Rising Tide, there was also an update that included some other content as well. You know, I know how Square Enix does business. I know that it's not going to be like $40 or something like that. I just know how they operate, so I am of the mindset that it'll be $60, but hopefully they'll include both expansions. I loved Final Fantasy 16. I think it's a great game. I get it that for a lot of people, the issue was it didn't have that depth and that nuance that a lot of, you know, your traditional JRPG fans are going to want out of their games. And I totally get that. But as a stylish action game with some of the best boss fights I've ever seen in a video game, I'm still incredibly excited to give this another playthrough on PC. And you know what? It's another game that has been in PlayStation purgatory for a while. And I really hope that at some point Square Enix assesses what they do. They look at falling sales numbers for games like an FF7 Rebirth, or disappointing sales numbers, I should say, and they eventually decide to release these games day one on PC. Maybe, you know, Sony's paying 8 figures, 9 figures for exclusivity deals, but I think you are really not only, you know, losing sales because we're gonna get Final Fantasy 16 a year later. It doesn't have the novelty that it did when it initially launched. But not only are you losing sales numbers for these games, I feel like the brand appeal does go down. You want games like this to be in the news cycle. You want people to be, you want as many people as possible to be playing these games. And I feel like when they are locked away to one platform, it's one thing when you talked about back in the day, Final Fantasy 12 was only available on the PlayStation 2. Who cares? The PlayStation 2 was a behemoth, and you know, anybody that wanted to play a game like Final Fantasy 12, they had a PS2. Times have a change, and I think there's a large portion of people that are on PC that would love to play a game like Final Fantasy 16 at launch, but I think a year after its launch, it's going to be the same thing as FF7 Remake. Yeah, people are going to check it out, but it constantly getting delayed and it losing a lot of its luster and us getting the short end of the stick on PC, I do think that ultimately impacts the appeal of the IP, and I think it does damage to the IP. I don't think that is a big of a stretch to say whatsoever. I really do believe that exclusivity for a game does damage that appeal, the appeal of an IP. I don't really know how you can argue any other way, especially when you see gargantuan successes like Helldivers 2. I'm not saying it kills franchises, and if Sony's offering you a bag that, you know, offsets whatever appeal you're losing by not having it on PC, fine, by all means, take that back. I'm sure it was very lucrative for Shift Up and Stellar Blade. I would also argue a game like Stellar Blade would be bigger if it was on PC, but you don't know the ins and outs on how deals like that are structured, and it is what it is. But I think if Square Enix wants to make their games even more popular, dropping an FF16 right away on PC, dropping a Kingdom Hearts 4. I know that the third part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, that's not going to be on PC right out the gate. They already made those deals with Sony. It is what it is, but I think they should step away from doing those deals unless Sony's just paying a crazy amount of money, which at that point, again, more power to you, but I think these games would sell legitimately like 1 million or 2 million more copies on PC, you know, if they came out right away. I don't know. I'm pulling a number out of my ass kind of, but that is something I do feel kind of strongly about. And I get it from Sony's standpoint. They don't want to drop their games day one because they are very much in the game of getting you onto their platform. They're very much in the game of getting you into their ecosystem. Square Enix don't give a damn what ecosystem you're in. They just want you to buy their game. That's it. The only reason it's only on PlayStation is because Sony's paying a lot of money to get it only on PlayStation. But is it enough money? I don't know. But nonetheless, I do believe the PC version is going to be quite good. It seems like they've been hard at work on it, and they're trying to make it as good as possible. Over 100 FPS support, ultra-wide display support, mouse and keyboard controls, all that good stuff will be coming with the PC release. Speaking of PC games and frame rates, hell, a Star Wars Jedi Survivor could be one of those games that could use a better frame rate. Improvements to the PC version are coming here shortly, and accompanied with that, the game will be launching on Xbox One and PS4 on September the 17th. Okay, you know, they do say a variety of optimizations aimed at maximizing the hardware capabilities of the consoles when it launches for PS4 and Xbox One. They're also going to receive the Hermit cosmetic set inspired by Obi-Wan Kenobi. Additionally, the EA says the PC version, which will be receiving an update in the coming weeks. The update promises enhancements to the game's technical performance, controls, and more, as well as various quality of life improvements. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, while it was one of my favorite games of 2023 from a quality standpoint, it is legitimately one of the worst PC ports of all time. And I've gone through games like Batman Arkham Knight. I've gone through Assassin's Creed Unity. I've gone through Just Cause 3. I've gone through the gamut of the atrocities in the PC port world. You can look up videos that I uploaded from years and years ago. I'm sure I've got a lot of rage bait videos that are uploaded on my channel over me having an aneurysm over various ports, but the back-to-back releases of 2023's Last of Us Part 1 and Star Wars Jedi Survivor will be forever embedded into my brain of, like, just how bad PC ports can get, because those two games back-to-back, it was appalling. It was an unmitigated disaster, and, you know, ultimately, it's not going to affect EA that much. There's still going to be enough people playing, and, you know, EA hooked me up with a copy of Jedi Survivor, so I appreciated it, but I'm still going to call y'all out for the nonsense that you dropped with Jedi Survivor, because it was a disaster. I still love the game, thought it was better than Fallen Order. I thought narratively it was great. I thought the world design was great. I thought the combat was really good. The performance was just a disaster and one of the legitimate worst PC ports of all time. And when you're dropping games at this quality level to ruin the experience by just a bad PC port, it's really, really saddening. And I get it, they gotta hit deadlines. It's probably out of Respawn's control, and it's more so something EA's like, we gotta get this game out. But yeah, it's still very unfortunate, and I don't know how this game finna look on Xbox One and PS4, but I feel like it could get pretty dicey on X1 and PS4, but we'll see how that turns out. That's gonna do it for me. Again, Final Fantasy XVI's release seems to be imminent on PC, hopefully this month. I really could see that happening, and Jedi Survivor will be getting a performance update on PC here fairly shortly. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.